The whole point of the human race and the human mind in itself is evolution. Whether it's evolution spiritually, physically, period. Evolution.
If the churches took half the money that they was making and gave it back to the community, we'd be all right. If they take half the buildings that they use to praise God and gave it to motherfuckers who need God, we'd be all right.
JtaliReacts. I manifest. Want it, I see it, I got it, I get it, no question.
Yo, what's good? And welcome back to another episode of JtaliReacts, bringing you the highest vibrations on the internet. We got a dope video lined up for you guys today. Ask yourself one thing. Is the music industry evil? Is it corrupt? Is it fake? Well, yes, and yes, and you're going to find out why. A lot of people ask me, why'd you quit rapping? Why'd you quit the music? And it's not necessarily that I quit. I was more forced out. I hit a plateau and there was no way of escaping it. And it's really hard to explain unless you know the industry, right? So I decided to make this video for all my fans who've been asking, what's up with the music. This is what's up with the music, all right? I'm going to do my best to show you all these TikTok clips I've been collecting just to show you how corrupt the industry really is, all right? If you haven't already grabbed my book, Cheat Codes to the Simulated Life, you can get that on Amazon today. Also dropped a 90-day manifestation journal called the Epic Manifestation Journal. You can get both of those on Amazon. Go ahead and check those out. If you're new to the channel and you like what you see, don't forget to smash that subscribe button. Let's get this video up to 5,000 likes, and I'll see you in the comments. Let's jump into the first video. Don't forget to stick around to the end so you don't miss a beat. And here we go.
All right, put on your tinfoil hats, guys, because today we're talking about vril parasites. These beings are considered to be an intraterrestrial reptilian species. Some call them vril type 1 lizards. They're allegedly parasitic, carnivorous, and malevolent entities that love to engage in sadistic and debaucherous behavior. They have an appendage called a proboscis at the top of their head that detaches, and their entire consciousness can be injected into a human's eye to take over their body.
How does she know
Once
this?
it enters the body, it swirls around the optic nerve and then proceeds to an area of the brain where it will excrete the parasitic cells and kill the human. After taking over the body, it's called a drone. Here's a picture of Dolly holding one up with what seems to be an injured person behind him, possibly someone who was just droned. It's believed that this is why you see so many high-ranking officials and celebrities with these gnarly black eyes.
It is
pretty weird when you think about it, because how many people do you know that have ever had a black eye in their entire life? Oftentimes, these parasites are able to retain the former human's memories and are able to replicate their behaviors. This makes it easier for the parasite to assimilate and not cause suspicion from the victim's immediate friends or family. Basically, these reptilian beings will use human hosts in high-ranking positions to gain control and influence so that they can serve the Illuminati and other occult societies' interests. This is allegedly why you're often seeing depictions of the all-seeing eye. To prevent the breakdown of the human host body, apparently the vril needs to regularly ingest stem cell-rich blood. We've heard plenty of stories of celebrities drinking blood and harming babies. It's possible this is why there's such a large-scale agenda to promote abortion and fund Planned Parenthood. Women are also pushed to give birth in hospitals, where their placentas are often stolen and sold to the highest bidder. So how can you tell if someone's been droned? Aside from the very blatant black eye, followed by around 2 weeks of sickness, a lot of drones lose their hair early in life, male and female. Some of them are devoid of intelligence, so they don't understand dry humor or sarcasm. They also exhibit psychotic behaviors, such as lack of empathy and sympathy. They enjoy...
Damn, that's straight Jada Pinkett Smith right there. Keep my wife's name out your mouth. She's bald and she has no empathy after that interview Will did with her.
Sign you $3 million, 5 albums, but your album term might say you can't drop an album for 9 to 12 months. So if we do the math,
That's some years.
that's years, 4 years, 4 or 5 years,
Yeah.
maybe even 6 years, because the average artist ain't just finna drop no album exactly on the 9 months. So
Right.
it's still gonna be a stretch creating, and then while that's going on, they still gotta spend the money into you. So it's doubling down. So it's like most artists, you don't see no check from the label, but the one that you sign.
Facts.
Y'all seeing this?
I said what I said. I'd rather be famous instead. I let all that get to my head. I don't care, I paint the town red.
Because those aren't just lyrics. That's a declaration. Every time you're repeating those words, you're repeating a mantra.
Singers, when they sing songs, it's like a mantra. When you repeat a chorus over and over and over.
Michael was
so
so smart,
hears
boy.
A song, and he starts singing that chorus over and over and over. Then you start to hear it in the alpha state, into the subconscious mind. So you start to become the song, or become what you're saying.
But here's what's crazy. People are calling that art and not realizing she's telling you exactly what's happening. Paint the Town Red means chaos, rebellion, blood. She's literally dragging the culture down with her. And you wonder why so much content feels darker every year? Romans 12:2 says, do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Follow for more.
So this is an important point. A, because this is very true. I used to write music and I'd write about things I didn't have yet. And within a year or two, I would have everything I wrote. Not even realizing that I wrote that. Like, that's what showed me manifestation was real. Like, that's what showed me this is a simulation and we attract everything we ask for, everything we put into the universe. And as you know, I am a manifestation coach. And one of the things I do for my students is I write them mantras in song form so they could wake up, pop that song in, go to sleep, pop that song in, and it's custom to their life and exactly what they want. And it works 95% of the time. So if you want a custom mantra, go ahead and shoot me an email to JtaliReacts@gmail.com. I'll line that up for you.
The hottest rapper right now is NBA Youngboy. They own all his music, Atlantic. If I'm lying, I'll find it. You guys look at it as like, oh, how can I get signed with Atlantic? How can I get signed with Interscope? How can I get signed with Columbia? How can I get signed with Sony? How can I get signed with Warner? How can I get signed with Universal? You go, you sign your life away, right? You make most of your money with your advance, but once you blow that, right, whether you blow it on bitches, cars, lifestyle, clothes, everything, then you like, yo, my label's putting me no, I don't have no money, da-da-da-da. Manage your money right, because when these labels got you, they own everything. Then you're forced to do what NBA Youngboy did, and just hear me out. You sell your catalog. In my instance, I will have to sell Gummo, Kuda, Billy, Tati, Fifi.
Did you sell those yet?
No, I didn't. No. I didn't.
And he's not gonna sell them. Like, he's pretty smart, that dude, considering his past. And I just heard he's about to go back to prison. But I mean, in the music world, he knows his business. Like, not a lot of independent artists can float into the mainstream and stay above water. It's really difficult to do.
Fucking 60% market share this week on the charts. He sued Universal Music Group for, streaming farms and all that. I said it 5 years ago, like, this is all, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's all streaming farms.
Bro, I was saying this in 2015. I found out, like, streaming farms were a thing. I was using them consistently. And I actually met Chanel West Coast one day, and we were chopping it up. It was her birthday, and she had no idea that streaming farms were a thing. So I was, like, putting her on game, and she was, like, blown away by that. She was like, put me on. And I was like, just talk to your manager. Like, I don't want to, step on anybody's toes. Like, you're already there in a sense. So, keep it organic if you're doing it organically, because doing it organically is going to help you in the long run. Streaming farms, they're going to push your monthly listeners, and they're going to push your numbers up on the albums or the records or the singles. So, but yeah, streaming farms are legit, and it's still going on today. And not just with Spotify and iTunes and all that, but streaming farms are used for YouTube. Streaming farms are used for every app, every website. So however you want to use it, you can use it. Followers, likes, comments, it's a thing. And it's common knowledge now, but yeah.
Farms is all fucking fake. Spotify numbers, all that shit is fake. Like, that's what I'm saying though. So I was making like a parallel to streaming. So if you're an artist right now, if you not botting, you probably losing. You gotta bot. Like, if the whole game is bot.
Labels bot you to, like, so let's talk about Ice Spice, right?
Yeah.
Like, cause we part of the same label, so I can't give no other example.
labels will pay you to keep your what is it called, your
clout or social media followers,
your social appearance to the public. Like, yo,
no,
look,
at one point Ice was lit.
Yeah.
Like, yo, she was getting more likes than like Nicki Minaj on the gram. She was like, I ain't gonna lie to you, if we're going by numbers alone, I'm like, yo, she might.
In a sense, it like almost is. You're gonna spend 100 grand on billboards. You're gonna spend 100 grand on streams. Right. What streams is gonna put you in a playlist?
You're gonna spend real money to get fake streams that equate to real money. So that's why they think it makes sense, because it's like, okay, the streams are fake, but the money's real. So what do we care? Especially they're not doing it with like up and coming artists who like you wouldn't believe it. You know, they're doing it with people like where it's okay. If let's say your song has 500 million streams, right? Organically. But let's say with fake streams, now you're at 900 million. No one's gonna sit there and be like, this is more like a 500 million stream song.
Yeah.
They're just gonna be like, this is a big song, makes sense, it has 900 million.
That's honestly so smart.
Yeah.
That's only half true, because when it comes, the labels may not be paying for you to use the streaming farms, but it's up to you to use your advance to do that. And they're not going to give you the plug to do that. They're not going to give you their secret. But if you do it on their own, then they're going to be like, okay, he's smart, he knows what he's doing, right?
Yeah, they're not doing it to the dude across the street and giving him 1 billion streams. They're doing it to people who really can get 500 million. But let's just pump it to get 900.
Now you're getting number one.
Now you get number
so you
one.
Can pay for a number one.
Oh yeah. What?
What does the number one cost? I mean, that's crazy to even think about that.
I mean,
what does a number one song in America cost?
Look, the reality is this. You do have to have a real fan base to a certain extent. Right. You have to have people who are really consuming the music. And your song has to actually be moving around organically. Once it's that, then they'll push the button on it. And it just depends. Like, it's a campaign. It could be like, it's like a 12-week campaign, and it might be 60 grand, 70 grand, whatever it is. In a sense,
60 grand, 70 grand a week. All right. And he's just talking streaming farm. He's not talking billboards. He's not talking advertisement. He's not talking all these other things that go along with it. Not even music videos, blah, blah, blah. He's talking once the song is done completely, the music video is done. He's saying 60, 70 just for streaming farms. So it's like, that's kind of why I backed out. I was like, bro, a number one is not in reach, you know? But you notice how he dodged the question on how much a number one costs. We could do the math real quick, and you figure, let's say 1 million streams is averaging about 3K. I'd say roughly. I haven't looked at it in a minute, but last time I checked, it was about 3K for 1 million streams. And what's the number one? Maybe he said 900 million, right? So let's say a billion streams. You got 1,000 millions in a billion, 1,000 times 3K. What's that, 300 million? 300 million for a number one. But you got a number one and you went platinum or maybe diamond.
One-hit wonders only had one hit because they didn't sell their souls. They didn't say yes to Diddy or, whatever that devil might be. They got the one shot. It was supposed to do the deal and said, oh, no. And then they're like, bye-bye.
That's Beyonce. That's a clip from her concert where allegedly a demon took her over. And that's the moment where the demon releases her. Allegedly. Just what you can see on the video. I'm going to show you the clip and we break it down piece by piece so you can see the exact moment where it goes on her, and you can see the exact moment where it lifts off, and it's all on film. And when you play the video fast, you see her transform into what you see, which is pretty freaky on its own. But then you see, and bear with me because I slow it down, I bring it forward a few times, but you see on the corner of the video, the green of the hair, there'll be a little arrow pointing, or if not, whatever, right there. And you can see where the demon or where the thing covers her.
It does
now
look
that you
like
look at it, you can see the energy go on her and go off of her. Right there, the green that whips on the corner. From nowhere, shines up, hair whips around, and you can see it lift off in a few seconds. Right there. You see that green energy and all that stuff just lift up right up here from the corner of her hair and then just come right off of her.
That's crazy.
I know I'm one of those pointing people, but just bear with me because it's important you see that it's an energy field, an entire thing that encompasses her, takes her over, and then releases her. It's pretty freaky. Be mindful, though, you may not believe in the spirit world or in spirits or entities, or you might not believe in God or whatever. The people up here who perform for you daily do. And they're using these things as energy siphoning tools to take from you, to steal from you. And they worship things that are malevolent. Call it and label it what you want. But this is what's going on. Be safe out there.
And it's not just the entertainment industry. It's also the sports leagues. Like, think about it. Football. What's another name for the devil? Ball. Is that a coincidence? I don't know. But it's weird because they all look like, most stadiums or arenas look like the all-seeing eye. That's a crazy rabbit hole to go down too. But football. You got baseball. Basketball. Yo, it's important to understand that if you found this video, it wasn't by accident. This video found you for a reason. And keep in mind, reality doesn't make what you want. Reality creates what you expect. So always expect the best for your life, all right? If you haven't already grabbed a copy of my book, Cheat Codes to the Simulated Life, an epic guide to metaphysics and manifestation, you can get that on Amazon today. Also, drop the manifestation journal/workbook. You do it over the course of 90 days at your own pace, and it really helps you manifest what you want. It really hones in and shows you how to get exactly where you want to be. So you can get that on Amazon. It's called The Epic Manifestation Journal by JTali. But let's jump right back into the videos. Here we go.
Fierce, when does she show up? Usually when I hear the crowd, when I put on my stilettos, when like the
She
moment
admits
right before
it.
when you're nervous and that other thing kind of takes over for you. That's Sasha Fierce.
All these artists have alter egos. Eminem, Slim Shady, Marshall Mathers, Jay-Z, Hova, Snoop Lion, Snoop Dogg, Diddy, P. Diddy.
I have met Justin
past and encourage them to embrace their darkest desires.
And I really encourage people to look into the darkness and look into places that you would not normally look. I kind of get possessed by the devil when I'm performing. I like headbanged so hard that I got concussion.
Roman is a crazy boy who lives in me, and he says the things that I don't want to say. He was born, just a few months ago. I think he was born out of rage. He was conceived in rage.
Damn.
He bashes everyone. He threatens to beat people, and he's violent. I don't want to blame him. I asked him to leave, but he can't. He's here for a reason. People have brought him out. People conjured him up, now he won't leave.
They want to be Catherine Hudson, that I don't even want to look like Katy Perry anymore sometimes. Okay. And like that is a little bit of why I cut my hair, is because I really want to be my authentic self.
This little mobile.
What the fuck? Billie Eilish be wildin', boy.
Wow. That's like a tap. I don't know why. It's been like coming on all day, but I can't think. Well, that is such a oil.
Say rain, man! Say rain! aim was not to become what I became with this level of fame. My soul is possessed by this devil. My new name is...
How it came about being a lyricist is weird because I started out technically, like I used to write all the time, you know, before I started going into the Rain Man thing.
For the rainy day, Rain Man is back.
Everybody say, Mr. Rain Man, can we have a rainy day?
Real quick. Before everybody starts screaming and saying, oh, like I told y'all earlier, you motherfuckers have entered the rapture. And if ain't nobody flying up to heaven right now, obviously all y'all is going to hell. Right with me. So, let's get it. Oh, you already here. I'm so sorry. You can't get out. You're stuck. It's over. You heard the song a million times and you didn't even know. That's y'all on here if y'all think I sold my soul. Y'all coming right with me, you dummies.
Crazy.
Pac would have went down in history, arguably, had he gotten his mind right in time, he could have arguably went down in history as the greatest revolutionary to ever walk American soil. Greater than Malcolm, greater than King, greater than Huey, because he had the money, he had the presence, and he had the followers. The Panthers had the numbers, but they didn't have the money. Black Liberation had the soldiers. They didn't have the money or the platform. Tupac had the money, the platform, and the spirit. He had to go.
That's so real. He had to go. They weren't going to allow this man to start a revolution, and he would have done that. Didn't matter if you were black, white, Mexican, Asian. It was coming. And his message was so positive. And it was so commonsensical. Like, people were all on board. That's why, you know. But I don't think that's the real reason they got Pac. But we'll get into that later in the video. I know I have a theory, should I say, on exactly who got Pac. So stick around.
This artist talks about how he had to sacrifice his own brother.
For him to, you know, go unexpectedly and then I go #1 and then I take off after that. Like the way I took out, it's just crazy, you know.
And you really lost him the same day you hit #1
Swear to
with
God,
Suge?
the same time. Not the it was Baby on Baby. It went like #1.
Okay.
It was like #7 or something like that. And then I had got the phone call. Got the phone, I call him halfway asleep. Yeah, bro, damn, bro, he dead. He died. I'm like, what? I set up on my bed. I'm like, what? Same time, Carter, he blowing my phone up. I'm thinking he calling to deliver the same news. I click over, what's up, bro? We #1, nigga. #1, you did it. You did it. I'm like, damn.
I just lost my sister last year from overdose in September, right before the Cozy tapes. I lost James from overdosing from my last album before that. I don't know, man, every time I put out an album, or every time I'm about to release an album, for some fucking strange reason, man, you know what I'm saying? I always lose somebody close to me. It was my pops, it was James, it was my sister. Like, I always lose somebody close to me, so, you know, shit feel like, you know, some crazy shit, like jinx and some shit.
It's crazy.
The whole point of the human race and the human mind in itself is evolution. Whether it's evolution spiritually, physically, period. Evolution. The purpose from birth is creation. That's all humans do. Everything around you was created. If you're not evolving, you're doing something wrong. So anything that takes away the power of your mind is keeping you still and delaying your evolution. The whole point of life is evolution. Study your laws of the universe. The law of attraction, the law of abundance, the law of equivalent exchange. Study your laws, the laws of cause and effect, the karmic cycle. Study your laws. Dwell into your mind, meditate. Understand that you can alter your realms by your train of thought. The minute you slow down your thought, you're able to leave your body through astral projection. You're only enslaved if you can't control your mind. So while you can and while you don't have the whole world against you, or you don't have a lot of worries, worry on freeing your mind from this realm. When you can free your mind from this realm, everything is but a thought. And if you can't free your mind, then you're a slave to this realm.
Yo, that's why he went. They don't want you to know this. And even though a lot of us feel like it's common knowledge, the laws of the universe, which once again are in my book, Cheat Codes to the Simulated Life, I go into all the laws of the universe and how to apply those laws to your daily life. But they don't want you to have that information. And they especially don't want somebody who's as big as him to be preaching it in music. And then what? It's a mantra. And once it's a mantra, It's encoded in your brain. And that's what all my music was about. Or not all of it, but I'd say like 80%. The main message in my music were the laws. Manifestation, law of attraction. That's why my deal fell through, in my opinion. They didn't want you to know that. They want you to push crime and grime so people end up in prison and mantra that and fill the prisons up.
Artists be too scared to stand up for something. They scared to lose their fucking house. Or they scared to lose their record deal.
Yep.
I sold my soul to the devil. I know it's a crappy deal. Lisa came with a few toys like a Happy Meal.
Right? I ain't taking no slice from nobody. It's God. That's the only person that I serve. My mama ain't here. My mama was sacrificed.
Me too.
You understand?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
Michael Jordan, what about him? His daddy, right? Bill Cosby, his son, right? Dr. Dre, his son. You're out in Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing.
Facts.
The secret meeting that changed rap music and destroyed a generation.
Damn.
I finally decided to tell the world what I witnessed in 1991.
Get your popcorn, y'all.
He explained that the companies we worked for had invested millions into the building of privately owned prisons, and that our positions of influence in the music industry would actually impact the profitability of these investments. Sure enough, someone asked what these prisons were and what any of this had to do with music. We were told that these prisons were built by privately owned companies who receive funding from the government based on the number of inmates.
Mm-hmm.
The more inmates, the more the government would pay these prisons.
Mm-hmm.
Since these prisons are privately owned, as they become publicly traded, we'd be able to buy shares. Our job would be to help make this happen by making music which promote criminal behavior. Rap being the music of choice.
And it's crazy because now those same prisons are suing the state because they don't have their quota. And I hope eventually all those prisons are empty. Don't get me wrong, some people do need to get locked up and learn a lesson. Murderers, rapists, stuff like that. But if you get caught with some bud or some drugs or whatever, like low key, come on, dude.
I guess drank each other's blood might mislead people, or like people are imagining us with like goblets and we're like Game of Thrones drinking each other's blood. It's just a few drops, but yes, we do consume each other's blood on occasion for ritual purposes only.
For ritual
it is
purposes.
used for a reason, and it is controlled where it's like, let's shed a few drops of blood and each drink it. He's much more haphazard and hectic and chaotic, where he's willing to just like cut his chest open with broken glass and be like, take my soul.
And look how that worked out for them.
Go ahead, Audrey. My question is, do you sometimes feel that you can't always say what you want to say, that you have to be censored?
To me, it's like everybody's scared of the government, you know what I'm saying? Because they killed Tupac and they killed Biggie Smalls. I don't care what y'all say. That's my seeing. Who cares? I'm just letting y'all know, y'all could be afraid of the government all y'all want to. Y'all been afraid of the government for 29 years. Y'all ain't telling me I was Jesus, so. But don't get me wrong, I love y'all, you know what I'm saying? If you're gonna be real, you know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Don't play no games. This ain't no games no more. All right? If you're gonna be real, keep it real.
So my theory on that, and I've heard this from a pretty reliable source. I'm trying to think how I could say this without getting in trouble. Fuck it. The mafia owned death row. And Pac, they got him out of prison. And Pac was talking about leaving death row. Death row. And that's all I could say on that.
Alright, y'all. I'm finna sell my soul. I'm gonna hit y'all when I'm through. I'm gonna be rich as hell. Alright?
He's wildin', boy.
It ain't take too long, Illuminati, man.
What'd you say, Coop?
It's crazy because, like, yeah, I've had an opportunity to do so. But if we're infinite beings, immortal, spiritual beings, and we're selling our soul for, let's say, these 90 years that we get, right? 90 years of infinity is a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of a fraction. Why would I give you my soul? Because my life on these 90 years is a little harder than the next guy's, and I don't have a Maybach, and I don't have a Benz, blah, 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 blah. Why would I give you my soul for eternity? It's just always freaked me out. I never could do it. I just couldn't do it.
About a week, not today, but about a week ago, I sold my soul. You understand what I'm saying? And ever since I sold my soul, I haven't been happy ever since.
And that's facts. You may think your life is hard, right? You may think you're low-key unhappy. And you may see all these celebrities and rappers and entrepreneurs and just be like, oh, they got it all figured out. They're so happy. I guarantee you on me that you at this very moment, as sad as you are 1,000 times happier than them. Real talk. So keep that in mind when life gets hard. Maybe this challenge you're going through right now is to set you up for the future and to help you appreciate it when you get it.
You know what I'm saying? I had to do it because I was trying to make it, like, you feel me? Like, there was things that I could sacrifice about and stuff like that, and I sacrificed myself. I could have sacrificed anybody, but when you sell your soul, you gotta sacrifice someone that you really love, and I sacrificed myself and stuff like that.
Hold on, let me explain something to them real quick. Before everybody starts screaming and saying, oh, like I told y'all earlier, you motherfuckers have entered the rapture. And if ain't nobody flying up to heaven right now, obviously all y'all is going to hell. Right with me. So, let's get it. Oh, you already here. I'm so sorry. You can't get out. You're stuck. It's over. You heard the song 1 million times and you didn't even know.
Bro, he's laughing in their faces. He's like, look, I've been putting these mantras in these songs and you didn't even know. You feeding my energy. And you're under a spell now and you can't get out. You just bought a ticket to my show. Pfft, you locked in. That's why I don't even listen to music really, because it's like you don't know what kind of spell they're trying to put on you.
Did I sell my soul? I sold my soul for you. Now figure that out.
That's a lie.
Tell me that I sold my soul for you. For all you motherfuckers that's on here, that's asking me did I sell my soul, why the fuck is y'all on here if y'all think I sold my soul? Y'all coming right with me, you dummies.
That's scary.
I like to put food inside of me like I am a doggy bag and the food is dog shit.
Who is that?
And I'm doing my one function, and that is to put poop inside of me. By the way, I love to eat shit.
Humiliation.
I love eating dog poop. It's like my favorite thing to do. It's fucking awesome.
First of all, bruh, talk to me. Is you wearing the Huggies, bruh?
These the lie. See, look, today I ain't got on the Huggies. I had the Huggies on the other day. Today I got on the pull-ups. I'm a big boy today. I'm a big boy today, man. I got on the pull-ups and I'm coordinating. I got the gray ones on because they match with the J's. So that's how I'm rocking out today, you feel me? I got some extra ones in the car. I don't know if we're the same size, you feel me? But if we do, I can put you on the wave, you feel me?
Bro, is you wearing a pamper, bro?
You know I am. You know that's how I came in here.
Humiliation rituals.
Some of us are against the Illuminati, and we are against the Illuminati at our own detriment. When people are against the Illuminati, then they get punched in the face all the time. The press hates them, and nobody likes them. End quote.
We all love Dave Chappelle.
Exactly. Dave Chappelle has never been a part of the Illuminati. They don't want him or me or people like us. It's not necessary for us to stir up that hornet's nest unless we intend to get stung 1,000,000 times. I didn't understand that. They had to sting me 1,000,000 times. I'm still not gonna join, but I respect it a little more.
Gotta.
What's the point of music? Niggas don't know. It's not always to have fun. Sometimes it's to help people find themselves, because music is frequency programming. What frequency are you being fed? So I was playing with frequency. I was playing with equalizers. I figured out that hertz is to understand the frequency vibration, right? Kilohertz, megahertz. If I play with those frequencies, right, I can target certain parts of the mind, and I can literally, like, if I want you to astral project, right? Or if I want you to go to sleep, or if I want you to go into a meditative state, I can make my music do that. These little niggas out here don't give a fuck enough to go into that science, bro. These little niggas ain't studying kilohertz, megahertz, and doing all this shit.
Facts.
Okay, so stop being cowards and let's have a revolution. But we don't want to do that. Dudes just want to live a character. They want to be cartoons. But if they really wanted to do something, they was that tough. All right, let's start our own country. Let's start a revolution. Let's get out of here. Let's do something. But they don't want to do that. They want to pimp our communities and portray this image that they know we all can't survive and make it. And that's what I saw. Even though I was surviving in the thug life, everybody that was trying to be like me was going to jail. And then finally I went to jail. Even though I wasn't getting shot up, they was all getting shot up, then I got shot up. And I started seeing, damn, you know, it is my fault. It's not my fault where I made it happen, but it's my fault because I'm smarter than that. Yeah. Now, if I was dumb and I was ignorant is bliss. Ignorance is bliss. Now, if I was dumb, it'd be cool. It wouldn't be my fault. But it's my fault because I'm smarter than that. I do have another way I can say this. It doesn't mean that I don't feel that way no more. It just means that let me be as smart as them or smarter.
I might end up having to mute that one. So if you're watching this video, like a couple weeks after it's released and it's muted, that's why, because copyright. But you got the subtitles in there, so I hope you got the message from that.
Eminem sold his soul to the devil, and he explains exactly what he sacrificed all in his song, My Darling.
Fuck this man! I'm not in the mirror, I'm inside you.
You know, if I know that in this hotel room they have food every day, and I'm knocking on the door every day to eat, and they open the door, let me see the party, let me see like them throwing salami all over I mean, just like throwing food around, but they're telling me there's no food in here. You know what I'm saying? Every day. I'm standing outside trying to sing my way in. You know what I'm saying? We are hungry, please let us in. We are hungry, please let us in. After about a week, that song is gonna change to we hungry, we need some food. After 2-3 weeks, it's like, you know, give me all the food, we're breaking out the door. And after a year, you just like, you know what I'm saying? I'm picking the lock, coming through the door, blasting, you know what I'm saying? It's like you hungry, you reached your level, you don't want any more. We asked 10 years ago. We was asking with the Panthers. We was asking with them, you know, with civil rights movement. We was asking, you know, now those people that were asking, they're all dead and in jail. So now what do you think we're gonna do? Ask?
Pac was Pac, baby. Sometimes I wonder if she's gassing though. But it is crazy, before she passed out, she said, "Master, I'm not feeling so well anymore." So it's like, is Katy Perry somewhere in there and trying to get out? Like, is she not really in control of her body?
I was connected with the Illuminati. The Illuminati.
Yes, I swear to God on my mama.
So the Illuminati is real?
Yes, it's real.
What you mean you used to be Canadian? I don't think you could lead the Illuminati.
Listen, I'm the first person to lead. I made the ultimate sacrifice. I made the ultimate sacrifice and I got out the Illuminati. So I'm the first person that could speak about it. Yeah, I sacrificed my son.
Your son?
Yeah, I swear to God on my mama. See, looking at me, he can't speak on that. He laughing, but he really know what's going on. See, if he don't want to speak on that. I'm keeping it real. So that's how I got out. So I'm half Illuminati and half street. Yeah.
Wait,
I'm half Illuminati and half
Dead
street. Dead ass serious. No,
Sean, you knew about this?
Well, what the fuck y'all talking about? See, he can't talk about it. See, I'm half, so I can talk about it. Because he got 29 times platinum. 29 times. And he be in St. Louis, walk around like it ain't nothing. And I don't never talk to him. I don't even know where he be at. Like, when he was coming here, all of a sudden he just popped up. That's what I'm like, what the fuck did he just hear? So you don't never know too much about that. So we don't want to speak on that. We can't speak on that too much. Yeah.
It's crazy. But 29 times platinum. And as we know, you could buy those plaques.
Part 2, LeBron's time is almost up. He's been performing ritualistic acts from the start of his career all the way up until now. And he's been doing it in front of millions of people. But do you know what you're looking at? Let me show you. Symbols are a powerful way on how to communicate. You need to understand that. 6 in the right, 6 in the left, 6 on his jersey. He's letting you know that he accepts the lawless one's number expressed in the book of Revelations 13:18. He just don't throw these symbols up in games. He does this on a regular basis. 666 over to all CNI. You see what I'm talking about? It doesn't look like he's in the game here now, does it? You can find this all CNI on the $1 bill. It's Luciferian. That's the bottom line. Right here, he's throwing up the devil horns, letting you know that he's pledged his allegiance to the Baphomet. This stuff goes on and on and on. I done heard people say this symbol represents universal love. That's a lie. I done heard people say this is a symbol of rock and roll. That's a lie. Rock and roll in its entirety is wicked, to say the very least. You ever heard of backmasking? This right here is the Babylonian symbol that represents bondage. You can also find this very symbol on the back of a dollar bill, right? The Illuminati has all.
Who else throws that symbol? Hova, right? It's the rock in the building.
Are you a rich man?
Love Bob Marley.
Rich, what you mean? You have a lot of possessions? A lot of money in the bank?
Position make you rich? I don't have that type of richness. My richness is life, forever.
Facts. Money does not buy happiness. Look, if you're here for surface level reactions, this channel isn't for you. But if you're here to really decode reality and raise your vibrations and stop playing life on expert mode, hit subscribe. Go ahead and smash that, because this channel's for the ones who see through the shift. Let's manifest that shift and let's move forward together. Don't forget to hit the bell icon so you're notified of all my future videos. And let's jump back into it.
Music has a lot of influence on a lot of young people today. You know, politics are getting, well, I don't know. You know how to get it. You know, a cat to talk on TV and a cat in Mississippi, a farmer in Mississippi, can't barely understand him except when he says America, you know. So then he's going to vote for him. But through music, it's all true, either true or false, you know. And like such a large gathering of people with music, it shows that music must mean something. Before the times of King, Dr. Luther King, you know, there's been a whole lot of changes. But some people, after the excitement or the backwash or the change slows down, they say, yeah, that was groovy. Let's see, what else can we feast upon now, you know. One of the things, there's a whole lot of changes happening. But now it's time for all these changes to connect, to showing that it's leading up to love, peace, and harmony.
27 Club, like, I try to put in an interview from everybody in the 27 Club as respect on the end of this video, and I also try to end it on a positive note. But you know, people need to know the truth, and as much as I like to preach metaphysics, manifestation, law of attraction, positivity, as above so below in my videos, sometimes we got to see the evil to get to the good, right? So I did my best to end this video on a positive note, but here we go.
You know the Jimi Hendrix story?
No.
So Jimi Hendrix, one of his bodyguards, or one of bodyguards, like someone who's involved with him, wrote a book. And the book was essentially alleging that Jimi Hendrix was killed by his manager, who was a mobster, because Jimi Hendrix was about to leave his manager. And
Now, what does that sound like? Something I told you earlier in this video, right? It wasn't just Pac.
What happens with a lot of these artists is whoever's controlling them might have ownership in their titles, might have ownership in their music. And if you think someone's going to leave and you kill them, like now you have all their music and you essentially can keep selling it forever, especially someone like Hendrix. Like,
wow.
He's actually worth more to you dead
than alive.
Than if he leaves you and you're not making money from him anymore. He's worth more to you dead.
Well, there was that whole thing with Diddy and the Biggie shooting.
Well, also Diddy's exes,
right?
Like his ex, someone who knew his ex, they all died of pneumonia.
Right.
You can give someone, there's certain chemicals, poisons that you can give people, and it results in pneumonia. You know, I don't know if these autopsies even check for that stuff.
Right. Probably not.
I don't know. I mean, what is it? Is it like cyanide? What is it, Jamie? That like, because we did Google this at one point in time. That there are certain poisons that you can give someone and they'll die like they died of pneumonia. And like a bunch of people around him died of pneumonia. That's a weird, I don't know anybody who died
Hollywood
of
will never recover from the last few, like the knowledge that a lot, and listen, there's so many talented people.
Here it is. Lung injury, renal failure, cyanide poisoning may also cause respiratory symptoms of bronchitis, lung edema, and pneumonia. You just give someone cyanide. And didn't one of his bodyguards say that they tried to poison him 3 times? There's like one of his bodyguards came out recently and he was doing some interview and said they tried to poison him.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of those claims in those interviews, but I don't know if,
who knows what's real?
It's hard to imagine that Hollywood recovers from just the slew of bad and truthful press.
So much shit went down.
So
where
much dark shit.
Also, just how stupid they are.
Right.
Like the Will Smith thing. When they gave him a standing ovation after that, this is so stupid. Like, what,
right.
You guys don't think straight.
I think that was a humiliation ritual as well for Chris Rock, but I don't know. The way Dave Chappelle says it wasn't. It was like some real shit, but part of me says that was a humiliation ritual.
This is you're thinking nutty.
You're nutty.
You know the old saying that you can't buy happiness. You think that's true?
Kurt Cobain, baby.
Well, yeah, you can't buy happiness. I mean, that made me happy for a little while. But, I mean, I was just probably almost as happy with, you know, I don't know, I look back on going to secondhand stores and stuff like that and finding a little treasure like that. And that actually meant more to me because it was more of a stab in the dark in a way, you know, because you didn't know if you're going to be able to afford it and you don't know what you're really looking for, and when you find it, it's more special to you rather than, you know, having $1,000 and going into a store like that and just buying the whole store, you know. It's not as, you know, it's not as special.
And when it comes to that, I want you guys to understand, like, I had an opportunity to have all the money in the world. At one point, money didn't matter to me, right? But I wasn't willing to sell my soul. It was just, I don't know if it was I wasn't strong enough to do it or I wasn't dumb enough to do it, right? Because it just hurt too bad. It hurt. It hurts in more ways than you can imagine. And that's why I say you're happier than these celebrities you admire so much. Because I felt that pain before. And I had to pull myself out of it and find a new path. And that's probably the hardest part, is like leaving something behind that you care so much about, that you devoted your whole life to. That's why a lot of these sports stars and musicians go crazy after they stop, because it's like you devoted your whole life to it, so now you don't have purpose. But the lucky thing for me was the whole time I thought music was my calling, right? But my calling was the message behind the music, which was activation. And that's why I started this channel, to activate as many people as I can. So if you got something from this video, go ahead and go ahead and type activate in the comments. And I really hope you did get something for this video. But let's go ahead and jump into the next one.
You're managed by the company, and this surprised me. I only found this out. You're managed by the company. You look after S Club 7. You used to look after the Spice Girls, Simon Fuller. Have they tried to mold you in any way, though, if people ask you to do things to change the way you look or speak or behave?
Yeah, one of them tried to mold me into a big triangle shape, and I went, no. Nah, you know.
There you go.
She denied it. Style, and I wrote my own songs, and you know, if someone has so much of something already, there's very little you can add.
She denied him.
First question is, what do you think of artists who do charge anywhere between $50 to $75 for tickets?
There are people
Who charges that much money?
Who does
Apparently.
that? Madonna. How much do we charge a ticket, John?
Yeah, but that's like a burlesque show. It's a big production. Isn't it?
27?
12?
You can speak.
Is that 12 or 21?
17 to 18 bucks a ticket? Wow.
Madonna charges $50?
Apparently.
$50. How much are tickets now? My wife wanted to go to Bad Bunny. They wanted $550 for a ticket. It's crazy. I wonder what Kurt Cobain would say about that.
Madonna wears fur too. Did you know that?
We were talking about, boy, we should charge $25 and really milk it. Yeah, really take them for all they got.
If they want to come, let's see how bad they really want to see the band play.
So, 17. We charge $17.
Damn, $17. Damn, I wish I had a chance to go see a Nirvana show for $17. If you saw Nirvana, throw it in the comments how much your ticket was.
If the churches took half the money that they was making and gave it back to the community, we'd be all right.
Facts.
If they take half the buildings that they use to praise God and gave it to motherfuckers who need God, we'd be all right.
He was on some shit.
Religion, what religion are you? I'm the religion that, to me, is the realest religion there is. I believe in God. I try to pray to God every night as I pass out. To me, religion, my idea of religion is this. I think that if you, I learned this in jail because I talked to every God there was in jail. I think that if you take one of the O's out of good, it's God. If you had a D to evil, it's the devil. I think some cool motherfuckers sat down a long time ago and said, let's figure out a way that we can control motherfuckers. And that's what they came up with, is the Bible. Because if the guy wrote the Bible, I'm sure it would have been a revised copy by now. You know what I mean? Because a lot of shit has changed. And I've been looking for this revised copy, and I don't see it. I still see that same old copy that they had from then. And I'm not disrespecting anybody's religion. Please forgive me if it comes off like that. I'm just stating my opinion. The Bible is telling us all these people did this because they suffered this much. That's what makes them special people. Right. I got shot 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what I mean? And I got crucified to the media. You know what I mean? And I walked through with the thorns on. And I had shit thrown on me. And I had the thief at the top. I told that nigga I'll be back for you. You know what I mean? And trust me, this is not supposed to be going down. I'll be back. So I'm not saying I'm Jesus, but I'm saying that we go through that type of thing every day. We don't part the Red Sea, but we walk through the hood without getting shot. You know what I mean? We don't turn water to wine, but we turn motherfucking dope fiends and dope heads into profitable, productive citizens into society. You know what I mean? We turn money. We turn words into money. You know what I mean? What greater gift can there be? So I believe God blesses us. I believe God blesses those that hustle, those that use their mind, and those that overall are righteous. I believe that your karma, everything that you do bad comes back to you. So anything that I'm doing that's bad, I'm going to have to suffer for. But in my heart, I think what I'm doing is right. You know what I mean? So I feel like I'm going to heaven. You know what I mean? And I think heaven is just when you sleep with a good conscience. You don't have nightmares. And hell is when you sleep, the last thing you see is all the fucked up things you did in your life. And you just see it over and over again. Because you don't burn. Because if that's the case, it's hell on earth. Because bullets burn. You know what I mean? It's people that got burnt in fires. That means they went to hell already. You know what I mean? All that is here. So what else? What do you got there that we ain't seen here? What, you gonna walk around aimlessly, zombie? Nigga, that's here. You ain't been on the streets lately? You know what I mean? What heaven is now. Look, we sitting up here, live big screen. It's heaven for the moment. You know what I mean? Hell is jail. I seen that one. Trust me, this is what's real. And all that other shit is to control you. If the churches took half the money that they was making and gave it back to the community, we'd be all right. If they take half the buildings that they use to praise God and gave it to motherfuckers who need God, we'd be all right. We'd be all right. Have you seen some of these goddamn churches lately? It's ones that take up the whole block in New York. It's homeless people out here. Why ain't God letting them stay there? Why these niggas got gold ceilings and shit? Why God need gold ceilings to talk to me? Why do God need colored windows to talk to me? Why God can't come where I'm at, where he sent me? If God wanted to talk to me in a pretty spot like that, why the hell he sent me here then? You know what I mean? That make ghetto kids not believe in God. Why? So that's a wrong religion. I believe in God. It makes sense that if you're good in your heart, then you closer to God. But if you evil, then you close to the devil. That makes sense. I see that every day. All that other spooky shit don't make sense. And I don't even believe, I'm not dissing them, but I don't believe in the brothers. I was in jail with them and having conversations. Brothers, I'm God. If you God, open the gate for me. Yeah. You know how far the sun is and how far the moon is? How the hell do I pop this fucking gate and get me free up out of here? Then I'll be a 5% for life. Well,